But that game was fantastic this afternoon. It just sizzled, didn't it, from start to finish?
It was an incredible game of football as well. And other than the first few minutes of the game where Raheem Sterling missed a big opportunity for Chelsea, Leeds battered Chelsea. They went after them. They didn't give them a moment's peace. Their energy, their application, the way the manager had them playing in terms of the pressing. But it wasn't just about pressing. When they got the ball, they played some fantastic football as well. And this is what they did. They just didn't allow Chelsea to settle and play any of their game because of this. And it wasn't just one person doing it. It was the whole team. That when they lost the ball and then when they won it back, they had the freedom to go and play and cause Chelsea problems as they did. He gets a warning here, the goalkeeper, because that's exactly what Leeds were going to do. They were going to close him down, every player. No time at all on the ball for Chelsea to play, to get into any sort of rhythm. So we've had the warning. He didn't take any notice of it whatsoever, Mendy. He tries to be clever, too clever, and he gets done. I mean, it's an absolute howler. But Aronson sort of led from the front in terms of his ability and his energy. 3s and 4s again. Look, even when they were 3-0 up, their attitude, Leeds, it never changed because they wanted it. Once they got the third one, they wanted to go and get a fourth one and then force other errors into the game. This is with 2 or 3 minutes to go. And I'm on about the commitment that they're showing. I mean, they responded to the crowd because that was electric inside Ellen Road today. That's Thiago Silva there, legend of the game. No respect. Go and get him and get into the tackle. And the manager's there is driving them forward. And he did that. And it was an unbelievable performance and thoroughly deserved.
As Alan said, it wasn't just the energy in the running. It was the football that they played as well. You could probably have picked any of their players that really encapsulated this, but it was Harrison that got player of the match, and he was at the forefront of everything they did, really.
Yeah, he was fantastic today. You talk about energy levels and application, and, you know, when you do get the ball back, can you show quality? You know, can you play? And you see him here, he gets the ball wide, so direct, really sharp, gets across in, you know, in the final third, end product. That's what you want for your wide players. You know, he gets the ball again here, doesn't go back, right, I'm going to go forward. You know, he comes inside, keeps the ball, lays it off, and he wants it back again. He gets it in here, great feet, and plays it. Maybe should have played to feet there, unlucky. He continued that all afternoon, and you talk about quality from wide, from set pieces, a fantastic cross in the box and a top finish. This one, I just want to highlight him there at the top there. You know, he puts the corner in, and you know, some players may switch off and try and get in the box. You see him here, senses danger, realizes if he switches off there, on a turnover, it could become 2-on-1. You know, he gets back into a defensive position, delays the play, and he waits. And you just watch him here, and he ends up getting a block here. It was fantastic because he's the man that actually took the corner. You see him here.
Brilliant, that, isn't it?
It's brilliant. It's the side of the game that people don't talk about. And again, towards the end of the game, energy levels, you know, getting the ball here, a little bit of trickery, falls over, still has it, sums up his afternoon. Everything he did just came off, and he continues going. And what happens is when you put in those sort of performances, you get rewarded. And, you know, again, energy levels, gets into the box, you know, get into that danger zone. The ball comes in here, Dan James, and then it falls to him here, and it's a tap-in. But that's what you get for the hard work and the effort that you put in all game. But
I think it was known, obviously, for their running stats and what have you under Bielsa. But I felt it was more measured today. There was a trigger, you know, when and how to go. And if they're going to continue that up, then they'll be a tough team to beat. So,
I mean, does that feel like, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, that maybe that performance and that game and that result drew Bielsa era? Yes. I know Jesse Marsh has been there a while, but just the way they played and how emphatic they were, it's now his team.
He wanted to stamp his authority. There were more pressing things to be had last season in terms of staying in the Premier League. Now he's able to put his stamp onto that team, and without doubt, that was it today. That was his team. Yeah. That's what he wants them to do. That's how he wants them to play.
They've always been a fit team. We know that. They're going to work hard, which you have to in this division. But I think what they've got now is an understanding when to press. Not just going in, you know, individually going to press. I think when to press, you know, waiting for triggers, pressing in their shape, and the distances are not too big. Everyone's together, and you see today, I mean, in terms of outputs and recovery runs, getting close to people, making it really uncomfortable for this Chelsea team.
The other thing with it as well, it's a midfield that has moved on from what it was last season. Obviously, no Calvin Phillips. You know, in so many times last season, we talked about Patrick Bamford when he wasn't there and how much they were missing him. And you can see just with the stats that we showed you earlier with Rodrigo and Jack Harrison and the goals that they are scoring without him at the moment. So that's another sign that they have 7 goals in 3 games, that they've kind of developed a little bit.
Of course, you know, that happens with players. I suppose when players get injured, it's an opportunity for players to come in and sort of like get those sort of numbers, you know. And we talk about Rodrigo and Jack Harrison, you know, what they've done so far to start the season like this. You know, 2 top players, and you hope they just continue playing like this because they're very important players for the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I said, the atmosphere inside that stadium was electric today, and you could tell the players responded to that. And he's helping create that in the things that he wants his players to do. The fans are responding to that also.
He's had a decent start to his Chelsea career as Koulibaly. He struggled this afternoon, didn't he? That's his 6th sending off since 2017-18, which is more than any other player in the Big 5 European leagues.
Yeah, you couldn't really defend him today because it was, without doubt, 2 yellow cards. There's the first one, which is early in the game, and we said, didn't we, watching that, it's going to be a long afternoon for him now, particularly in that atmosphere. It was red hot inside the stadium, and he got away with the one there. He's already on that yellow card. You can see the referee actually saying to him, just be careful, you need to settle down. And, I mean, what was it, 7 or 8 minutes to go? You're 3-0 down, he leaves the referee. No other option than to show him the yellow card, therefore gets the red. And he's going to have to be careful. He is that type of player. You've just read out the stats since 2017, so he's going to have to look at that side of the game, or teams will target that.
You don't want to overreact, do you? But it highlights again that they don't have a number 9. I mean, Thomas Tuchel said they had chances and they didn't take them.
Yeah, but we spoke about the Sterling chance early on, and we've seen him in positions like that, where at Man City, where he'll put those away. A club of that size, you should have a number 9. You know, that focal point. You know, having Raheem Sterling playing as that number 9, you know, his back to goal is a completely different game. I know obviously he drifts to the left and he drifts to right, and he tries to, you know, isolate people, but at the same time it's a completely different game. And for Chelsea to progress and do well this season, they need a number 9 for sure.